Yeah, because the way how much
Papa.
First one, to read it.
Well, you have to talk
All right.
about the first one.
This one says, first word that comes to mind when I say men and emotion. The person said, not expressive, men are leaders. I sure is a man rider.
Just one.
Leader.
Oh, what? Okay. I sure is a man rider.
I know what I hear.
There's nothing wrong with that word leader for different people.
Who agree, who disagree?
I agree.
Men are leaders.
Men are leaders. Some men are leaders.
I agree.
You right,
I
I
agree.
This is your man right.
That have
How
nothing.
you know? Like she see I can't.
I agree. Men are leaders.
Men are leaders.
Me too.
It's good to see that women can agree that men are leaders.
Yeah, I agree. I believe they are emotionless.
What was the first?
Yeah, because they said not expressive.
Not expressive.
Not expressive. That does not mean that they are
Sorry,
emotionless. I'm
I
just saying.
agree that men are not expressive.
You are aggressive. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah, your turn.
The pull.
Pull one. What's the answer?
Men are
left,
leaders.
my left, my
Not expressive.
First word that comes to mind when I say men are confusing. Oh, that's a woman for sure. That is a woman for sure.
Confused.
All right, then.
Men and emotion as well.
I feel like
Nah.
Men are simplistic.
So, we identify who wrote it.
I can't tell you.
I go and explain mine.
I go explain
I
mine.
want to explain mine.
Oh, so if you want to explain
I don't-
No,
I don't
that's
have
just
problem.
me because of what I wrote.
So wait, who is
Mine is
men
one
are,
word.
but this person is right there. Who said no, we really want to know who's this word? Men? Who? That's you.
Oh,
So wait,
no.
Nah, that's
Can I
different.
make a point? Can I 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 make a point? Amiki, can I make a point?
supposed to be.
Hello, hi, hello, hi. Can I just highlight something? And this is why they never express themselves to us. Because he said, I wrote that we are confusing and you all laughed.
No.
I just pointed out.
No.
So what I mean?
No, this.
Say it again, I was calling.
No, you understand? Because in the moment he was being serious. And this is why you say it's about comfort. It's about the comfort.
Honestly, just that. Seriously, I shocked that a man
I
actually
am
said
Yeah.
that men, when first when I come to America, it's about this country.
Yeah, he
I am
anti-men.
shocked. I am
No, but he's giving it from his perspective. It's what he thinks
My turn.
about it.
me head told you.
You understand?
Very serious.
You could be aware of emotions, but you don't know how
How
to
to,
express
yeah.
it.
All right. First word that comes to mind when I say men and emotions, opposite. Men are strong.
Opposite.
I can tell you, that is me. And I write opposite because naturally people don't think, they don't associate emotion with men. So that is the first thing that comes to my mind because of how we've been socialized.
See how deep he went there?
And you're telling you look nice.
Yeah, so tell you, you look nice.
You see how deep he went there?
Gosh, you.
Yeah, he's a bit.
And the strong is what people
Physically
expect,
or
no,
emotionally?
not even physically. What people expect a man to be strong. He had to be that pillar. So that is why I write just one word and
Inconsistent.
And what? And what? Hey, what? Inconsistent and what? What is it?
Men are dog shit.
Wow!
That's how you think about men?
That's what he thought it was you.
It's me.
No, when
When you say men are inconsistent,
I know you're a
inconsistent,
penguin.
yeah.
And just for throughout your life, you have never met another penguin like you.
I said dog shit because I am at this stage now that I have realized that there is something in me that's attracting the same type of men. that I am.
A little disinfectant.
Yeah.
Can I just
so
point
now,
out something?
So
Shouldn't be all
now,
over the place.
Yes.
so now, I mean, I say dog shit just to
Based on
you
your
know,
experience.
Can I
kind of-
just say
correct,
something?
But
Let her finish it.
Right, she's hurt.
I just want to let all
Go
you
ahead,
know
go
that
ahead.
it have dog shit
ahead.
women and it have dog shit men.
Go ahead
I'm not talking about
Now, but I want to hear
Go
a
ahead,
point
no,
from
go ahead
you.
now, go ahead, go ahead.
It's true, it's
Go
true.
ahead.
When it reach women, man.
But we gonna come back to that.
No,
I
no,
have
you
some-
finish. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish.
Yeah,
Go ahead
so-
and finish. Go ahead,
No, but you
no,
go ahead,
go ahead.
baby. You go ahead, you go ahead.
Right. So for me, when you posed the question, it was for me in my thoughts and me realizing to myself when I write it that this is a part of me highlighting that I am also attracting these type of men, whether it be
your honesty.
hurt or me
Trying to
deep down inside still craving for that
You love men and
toxic,
all. You love
that
men and all.
toxicity.
You're on with you.
You're finding the wrong set
Because
of
men hurting you,
Yeah.
that you're actually becoming more angry at men than that you love men, eh?
Yeah,
But you
but
have
for
been
me
hurt
the
so much
initial
times
emotion
that you're
is
just
dog
angry
shit.
right now.
Yeah.
pausing it and
So-
because I was just asking her in there, why, what are you doing?
That is what I am
sense is
trying. That's what I'm trying to figure out because
Yes,
I
yes,
myself
yes.
have been consistent.
Pheromones.
and these things.
I
right?
have been inconsistent. Where I wrote the next line, inconsistent, because I was engaged before, right? And even though in my mind I wanted to be engaged because that's the natural line of process, I still wanted to be a thought.
Yeah.
I didn't want.
Yeah.
I wasn't because I was engaged at 25.
Yeah.
At 25, 26, was it somewhere around there?
I said
But
at
deep
that
down
age, you
in
wanted to be free.
my psychology didn't want to be in this relationship
You
with
wanted
this
to be
man
free.
for a long time.
You wanted to be
Even
free, and
though
you did say that.
naturally where I grew up where, like I say, my parents were divorced, right? But I grew up with my grandmother and my aunts. That is what I considered my mother. My parents, they went and make money. They let us know that. We go and work. I go pay my sister to see about my children. So how I grew up with still a stable type of environment, but with my extended family. My aunt and uncles has been married, who's been married for 40 years, who's been married for 25 years, who's been married for 19 years. It's still that consistency in terms of the family structure. They've been together for a very long time at a very young age. Subconsciously, I didn't want that, even though on the outside, I'm telling myself that's how I grew up, so that's my value, or that's my normal thing, or that's the right thing. So for me, at that time, it was like, I myself was being inconsistent,
Women don't have to be, we don't have to get married.
but I thought about that.
We don't have to have one partner.
Correct. And that's why I struggle with that, and I struggled with that for a long time because I had mental breakdowns about not having a partner for so long and being married. And I had to deal with that in myself. So at 25, even though that's what I lived and I didn't want that at the time, and I broke off the engagement because I was on shit and I was doing whatever. When I get past that stage and I get to like 29, 30, when now you're looking at life like, okay, I'm ready for that.
No, you want to get married.
Now
Yeah.
I'm looking at married as an
Anybody can
option.
get married.
So that's why.
Yeah, but you get married, no?
So
I saw it. You had that now, eh?
no. So now,
You ain't getting it right now.
and that's fine with me. That's
I don't
fine.
know where you going on.
That's fine with me
You better
because
not.
I think even just now, because even though I am ready now, I still have to find out. I still have to figure out what
Go ahead now,
else
go ahead now.
Shocked.
Go ahead now, go ahead now.
Yeah, but what's asked you? Like what you
You're
said.
rushing them questions. Let me answer
Oh,
first.
go ahead.
Oh,
No, I just wanted. She said she come to that realization she wasn't ready for marriage. How you express yourself here? How you express yourself to the guy you wasn't?
No.
See, just done
She was not that
Yeah,
stage
no,
then.
I wasn't at that stage.
Then
I wasn't at that
she was
stage
at
of
that stage
self.
then.
What's done to Tiana?
Ever studied?
After, yes,
and about that.
after, yes, because even to this day, he's still not been in a relationship. And
Because
I
you
have,
know it,
yeah, and I have,
So we
like
see,
when
we
I
see,
got,
right?
Sliders go both ways.
no, when I got to that
funny.
point,
That's why I wanted to know.
like I reached, when I got to that point, I reached out and was like, yo, can we talk about this? But even with me reaching out and talking about it and apologizing for my part and being immature at the time, it made me realize, because I carry the guilt of I did this.
Yeah.
He also needed work. So I took responsibility for my actions, but I also had to let myself know that I didn't fully play a part in him being dysfunctional. I was a sector of the dysfunction, but I wasn't 100% of the dysfunction.
Send a man, man.
But she responds.
Apology is not really for the other
Yeah,
person.
Mickey, all of that.
So when I'm answering all of that,
To make yourself
When
understand that
some hurt, some cry, some
I did
happy.
shit.
Right.
That is how
Sorry
life
for
is.
it.
Yeah, and being an adult about it, responsibility for it. Yes.
Everybody is
And that is what it took me a while to even reach out. Because Jay and I have had these discussions too, and this is why now
Your friend.
this is my cousin-in-law.
Oh, okay.
So, but this is like my best friend,
All right.
right? So even when I, just like how you would vent to Shaka, I would vent to him because it's how men. No, it's how. I'm at the stage. I'm at the stage now. Like I've been single for 2 years. Like I've had a tumultuous relationship for 3. So even at this stage now. No, no touching in between. Even at this stage now, like it will have men who, because I'm into dating. I am about dates and like getting to know somebody and without getting carried away and you're planning your whole life.
Oh, you are
Right?
Jewel and that. Jewel and
Right?
goes by road.
So, yeah, right? Yeah. So,
I didn't think this would be so enjoyable. but
right?
shit.
So, even with me dating, like I find like like we will go out and then you're gone. Oh,
Who is this?
I've never had problem.
Yeah, exactly. Who is this?
She called me.
Shaka.
Shaka.
You white?
This,
want
this,
it?
Nah, I
this
drinking.
fella, he
Nah,
called
you go
me.
drink
I
this
say,
up.
well, what does he want to do? Well,
So
where you going? Where you going? No, he said he right by Grand Bazaar. I said, so you going? She said,
and it's not our conversation.
she said, go ahead now. When it is I reach, I will call you and you call me. And I will hang up and then I will leave.
Nah. I know that level.
I've been honest with you guys.
I charge you.
I'm bored right now, you know. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Right?
The dog
I
is-
went to
the dog is
school,
called me,
and
Shaka,
I work night
XYZ,
shift,
tick,
right?
tick,
I have a
tick.
13-year-old child. I don't have a serious relationship. I have friends. I stopped the friends with benefits thing, you know. I just want to be a different person.
Yeah.
So now I should
Unless you know the fella for
my
real.
whole drink here.
Is that
Hey,
if I have sex with a fella now, there might be an old flame I call. I'm not going to have sex with a new guy now. I mean honest.
Right.
If I call a man for a jam now, it's a man who I used to jam before who I think I go and block him and where's he see? Take off man, take off.
Yes.
She real.
So I say, let me see who available to come out of jail and unblock somebody. Where's he see? No, I've been honest.
Yeah.
But
That was a dog.
no, I've been honest. So like, no.
I hope she can take them things when it
No,
comes into she.
I've been doing
When
this.
I'm
It's back and
give
forth
you
like
get
20
out
years
that jail
now.
free,
You're not drinking?
Come to understand.
So I was having coconut water.
Happiness has come from within. I
You don't
can't
drink
Yeah.
look
alcohol?
for a man to
Yeah,
do
I do.
happiness.
Doesn't come from
No,
us.
wait. Listen to
Joy
me.
comes from within.
So like so.
Happiness.
Everything
No,
I want.
I'm explaining something.
I don't need a right. I don't need a right.
I need to give
I want to
it.
go. Right?
Happiness comes from something that happens. So that's where you get happiness. Understand? But joy comes from
Wait,
within.
you want to get just now?
You feel I don't know.
Oh, so I'm there.
He said,
This guy here, this person very distinct. Mena side.
hey, look at that, look at
When I
that.
say men and emotions, ha ha, laughing out loud.
That's me!
You know what I know that now, huh? When it is, I
is
peep
my
she card. She say, man, I'm angry.
Angry, yeah. You know
I write
that.
this one.
Yeah, we did cheat and we looked at her card.
No,
Yeah.
but I write something
Very
different.
distinct.
Very
When Mickey, listen.
Going.
When Mickey say this
Take
serve
your
here,
follow.
die mine. When Mickey say this serve, I don't die mine. Yeah, it's just funny, all funny.
Wow.
Men are afraid.
That's our next woman.
That's Shaka right now.
Nah, you mad. You
That-
got bad
Nice.
like me. I'm
Ah!
mad.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God, I
Nah, you don't hold it.
Hey, way back here, Mickey.
You gotta take it. You gotta hold it.
But this guy
Yeah,
is not on
yeah.
board.
You gotta rip up that and
No, that's a your research.
You gotta rub up that and throw it in the air and girl.
But I would like to know why do you? What's your name again? Natalia.
Kalia.
Kalia. That nice name, man, like Alice. Yeah.
Passing a truck.
No.
Expressing yourself.
Wow. That's right. Wow. Wait.
Not if I have to be a blockhead. Let me see what I'm No.
You come out of jail.
Alright, men are afraid.
Why?
When I get that came back to the whole emotional part. That's why
I thought you were saying something different. Well.
Not the alcohol. No more white, okay? Shia Alaska. But yeah, you're pink. You like the shit, the salmon. I'm going to take all these 2 points you high here, you know,
No, that the pigment talk.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go, Kalia.
Yes.
You say like the penguin.
I like this visit.
Wait, hold on. This is a moment.
I've heard.
I feel just not
Not often, eh? Not often.
Come in the camera now. Come in the camera now.
Wait. Let me take it back.
Only embarrassing the boy.
Let me get this
Feeling shame.
Let me get this spin off the chair again. Tristan, you cry?
Yes.
Like cry to a young lady, cry?
Nah. I cry to myself.
Tristan.
But no, wait. This is not about Krista.
Marissa, you cry?
Yes, I have. No, I did not cry to
Who's Marissa?
I cried to myself.
She gain anybody any names out there.
Wait, Tristan had to get it wrong.
I cried to myself because of how the relationship.
Why it shocked? Hold on, wait. You know why it shocked me? Here is homeboy who's saying that if a man's supposed to be a leader, then he's not supposed to have what? He's not supposed to have emotion. So the relationship was so different towards it that they had to let you to cry.
Question.
Yeah, but you hear what you say, right? Make sure and don't confuse it too. It's not that you're not supposed to have.
It's not
But
to be
it's
emotional.
not to be emotional. And
So it's not to show
in making your decisions, you should not be led by the emotion
have
only.
control of your emotions. At the end of the day, you can tell me, you can
Leave Tristan,
No.
Tristan had the floor.
You will know this, right?
Wait,
Somebody will tell me.
Wait, Tristan is talking for the day. Go on.
I read up for the day.
What?
Right. It's on cases where your muscles will take emotions run you because it will just make you stupid.
Exactly.
Right? So as a man, you're supposed to think that you can know what to do.
So I read my card now, man.
I want to read
It's at times in your life. Your real things not going right, things just going wrong. Even though you're trying with the relationship, but it's work whatever, it's not working out. You can't do anything about it, but deal with it on your own.
So I have a question, Tristan.
So she
So you need discussion now.
She inside now.
Make her sit for now. Let her join the discussion.
You had to come in the conversation now.
Tristan, so
You have
why?
to come in a conversation.
Why? So if that's the way that you feel, why pretend? Why fake it all the time?
Thank you.
you're shooting some
I am
questions
still
here,
expressing how I feel and I just want to cry.
No, but you're all over social media. You're happy. You're in
What's
party.
on social media? Social media is entirely fake. Everything on social media.
So Tristan, you be lying to us, your grandma.
Well, no, I suck up. I know because I'm like, when it's not possible.
No, personally,
I always have a
correct.
enjoy
That's
this
correct.
moment right now.
Even though things are in shambles, but I will post up this.
Which is what you said.
Social media is not diary.
You don't
It
need to
doesn't
know
mean
what I
it doesn't
do.
mean
You don't need
Which is,
to
which
correct.
is what you said.
You don't
really
need
did
to.
say that.
I try to enjoy this moment.
Everybody's
But I'll be happy on this.
So you suppress your emotions most times.
No,
That I didn't feel like
Tamika
Now I don't
never
feel my
posted a
stress.
picture of you and
I just
Stefan.
lying by Frankie's and
And knowing the general picture is shit.
You need to go through my
Where's that?
Instagram and tell me if you
I'm asking you a question. Nobody here has posted a picture of they and the significant other, right?
And you're
And the general picture is a shit picture at the moment, and
Yeah,
I know
you
they go
posting
through a
that to
situation.
bad.
Understand?
No, it's
And all the proper picture, boom. You and she hug up, so
Can I take it back in?
come
No,
on.
no, but
Shut up, people do it every day.
listen. Here was my thing with Tristan. Tristan seems a lot composed when it comes to expressing himself.
Nah, he emotional.
Even when he sees
Emotional,
no, listen
Just
to
listen
what,
to him speak.
Listen
That's
to
what
what
I mean. He
The
really-
man voice cracking.
He's one of the very intelligent.
I get your point.
Voice cracking.
What I am saying is that Tristan sitting here, he seems that he knows how to control his emotions, and that is a skill that a lot of people don't have. For example, we are all in a workplace where a lot of people come and they take all their issues that they have home in a
Correct.
workplace. Tristan looks like he goes to work every fucking day like, I really happy. I'm a millionaire, my girl really love me, I wet and I don't care, but he sits here very composed compared to Jewel, who is very
Aggressive.
open.
No.
when it comes-
And
when it
let me
comes
tell
to
you the
her
difference
high
between the
emotions.
two, right? If it is you would watch Jewel's personality and Tristan's
It's
personality,
different.
Jewel is an outspoken person. Tristan seems nothing
Correct.
of the
He's an
sort.
introvert.
No,
He's an introvert, right?
I understand that, but hear what I am
But
saying.
along with her point, based on his social, listen to me, based on Tristan's social media, because I have him on social media,
perceive him
I
to
would
be-
never
You wouldn't-
assume
Yeah.
that you are going through a relationship.
But I said, his Instagram, you can't get
But
that.
it's about that in home and you rap song.
Correct.
No, but
By
not even,
Yeah.
not even that.
A therapist will tell you that the more you pretend, the worse you will feel.
Facts. I just want to rest my beer right here. You
That's
see
not
right there?
beer,
Right
that's
there,
not really a
right
beer,
there,
so
right
they
there.
can move it
Correct.
one
Correct.
time.
Move it now,
I don't
move it
think
now.
That's like
Yeah,
so much
pretending.
facts.
They can move it
That's
one
so
time
much
because
facts.
one does not beer.
Everybody has different coping mechanisms.
No, Amiki, listen to what I am saying. I think, and we keep using the word condition whole evening. I think, one, we live in a world where women prefer to build their bodies than build their minds. We live in a world where men prefer to have enough money to buy bottles in a party than to put on a down payment on a house.
Truth.
Right? We,
no,
Amiki,
no.
Amiki,
In
hold on.
general,
In general,
in
we're not
general,
talking
everybody,
about-
not everybody.
We, hold on, wait. We're talking about
Yeah.
the fact that we live in a realm where society tells us how we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to do,
We
how
are-
we're supposed to react in a
Let me
certain
tell you something.
situation.
It is extremely hard to take yourself out of society because you were born
Correct.
into it, right?
Correct.
So for you to sit down and watch what's going on and understand the whole schematics of things and say, boy, this ain't really making no sense to me, you know.
That comes down to
That's self.
personality.
That's
Understand?
self.
And
If you're
Tanika, we had that
If you're not
conversation.
self-aware, you will get put up in a high.
We had that conversation already, understand?
And let me tell you something.
It's hard.
It comes with self because now, and this is based on what I have noticed from your social media, right? He never used to miss nothing. No offense.
Let me
No
tell you,
offense.
let me tell you.
You're not
This
missing.
is how I used to deal with my problems, eh?
You go.
Yes.
You understand? But you never.
Yeah.
The point is, Tristan never used to miss nothing. Anything I talking about, it has something out there
If I
now,
go up
and
there
you have
and
to
it's a
go.
party, we
You
say,
understand?
Tristan,
When
it's
now,
Oh, that's funny.
it's a different perspective we're given.
You know about
You
them things?
understand?
Because if I
But
take
now,
I might
now
want to
you're
take
saying
a
it's
run.
a coping mechanism. It's like,
different.
wow. Like I would never think
As much
you're
as
dealing with stuff. Like dealing with life stuff.
I might think go out, yeah.
You just fly out.
It's the same thing.
After you fly out.
It's the same thing you're seeing. So it don't impress me no more. But
Yeah.
I growing up, you know, reach out.
Your priorities change.
As I said, everybody
You
vibes
think you
different,
want
you
at
know.
25,
Oh,
you don't
might
want
be
at
with it.
30.
When I was young, I used
Who
to
gets
help
the
out.
pull?
Yeah.
Mitts.
Mix. You have to pull.
You went through yours? You went through
The
yours?
last one, first word that comes to mind when I say men and emotions. Normal.
Are you?
It's not me.
Oh.
That person
Joel.
collective boy.
That's you.
That's
Yeah.
you for sure.
Yeah.
That's you.
Cool and
Yeah.
all.
Why you feel like
Because
being
you know, man.
That's
Point
you.
towards anybody
That's
now,
you.
let's point
Batman.
anybody. That's the point.
It's him.
that.
He just
You
points
said
out
that.
the
You
same
said
It's him plus the
It's like, whoa, that's the
Yeah,
point out
Joel,
anybody.
whole
It's him.
personality on this card, like me. That normal.
Yeah, like
Yo,
you
yo,
side.
yo,
Ha ha ha.
And you know
That's
why?
the most
He
emotion.
still don't want to express himself.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
You.
You.
Even today, he hasn't expressed himself.
What do you, alright,
Maybe he
when
doesn't
say,
want to
when
tap
you say
into
men
the
need to
emotion.
express yourself,
Hello, that is
what
right
it
up
is?
me and Adi.
Communicate.
Now,
You don't need to be chatty chatty, but I'm not
I
chatty
can't agree with
chatty.
that.
Alignment here, so we vibe.
You know, let's say men need to express yourself. Exactly like
Whoa, I like
On
this.
everything.
But he wants
Like
to
that
go
one. Over here.
So you prefer not to talk about it.
No, he's asking
No, when
you
you
to
say
give you a
I-
particular topic on
Because-
what? On emotions, on
because how
love.
it's sung, right? It's like men emotionless or whatever. So what you expect? We go to work, the boss tell me some crap, or it was real good, or a girl track we, and we come home normal. When we come home, what ways to express? What exactly do you want when you come home to express? Other than
I mean, probably for me, I take therapy. I see a therapist every month. And yeah, I do. I see a therapist every month.
You know, today was
I
they
love
had
that.
therapy
Yeah,
for
therapy.
people.
I'm going to one of
I see a
Nothing wrong
therapist
with
like
that.
2
There's only black people who like that.
Marissa's workshops.
And the therapist asked me, what is one of the things that irritates you the most with Stephon? I was like, that nigga don't even ask you, like, how was your day? And me and I had this discussion, right? Like, I come home from work and that nigga don't even ask you, like, how was your day? But then he starts to talk about, yo, last night, Steph, Corey, if you see the last 2 minutes, babe, listen to what I'm telling you. So I watching them like, yo, that nigga have more control over our conversations than how I feel. This is how I
I can ask a question.
You know what
Sorry
he's
to
doing?
interject, yeah?
You know what he's doing?
Oh,
He's telling you what excites him, what he is interested in.
He's interested in what she
Wait,
has. He's a man activist.
At the end of the day, right? If it is you don't come home,
activist,
if it is you
I'm
don't
an
come
activist.
home with tears on your eyes, right? I should have
On it to him.
in it on it, right? Why should I have any reason to say, well, babe, we had a bad day.
That's misunderstanding.
What's going on?
It's a different thing.
No, it will have days. It will have days.
I just want to ask a question.
I want to hear his question.
Every day you come in and say,
Your boyfriend or your child father?
Joel wasn't talking.
Oh, listen, eh?
every day you go.
Joel finally get to talk and all you cut off the boy and overshadow and
Sorry.
you take the floor and all kind of
No. My thing is this, right? Whole day for the entire day, you have not referred to your child father as your boyfriend was, babe. Whole day you're just talking about my child father, my child father, my child father. Not once you have expressed any way about him as any way,
We don't
as
have
in
that
any form of
boo and-
intimacy.
we don't
But
have
now
that
you're
boo and
complaining
babe
about
thing.
him.
You said you like He said you
Yeah,
like
but it's
me.
not a matter of our smelly armpits.
But all together, right?
Yes, not a
But all
smelly
together?
armpits, yes.
So why you carry foot him as your boyfriend?
No, I just know how them does function.
That's not how we function.
So therefore you're admitting that women themselves
We
have a
can't-
problem
yes.
to express themselves also?
In some things.
Yeah.
In some things.
That point for men?
Yeah.
What?
You go ahead. You read your card.
I will mash up that copyright.
Okay, Jim.
I wanted to hear Joel finish because he didn't talk
Yeah,
about
I
it.
enjoy the
Yeah.
answer. So you're on the floor again.
no, because my thing is this, right? I honestly think, just like what Tristan saying, fellas more logical than females.
Yeah, that's correct.
In the example with here, they say a fella driving and something happened while he driving,
He knows how to react.
he know how to react to that. Girls, the only thing I'm going to stop all from jumping out of that car and going to strangle the person is because all they might end up on social media and all they're real afraid that all they want nobody take out the protection.
Nah, I just study how you
Look, this one
bounce
going
the
on,
car and
however
then
the
it
cases,
have
but
to
girls
fix
are
it.
real.
Take long and then
Police kind of self-destruct
Yeah.
You know
when
you
emotions,
no complain of, huh?
yeah.
You
when
do
emotions
just
come into
complain
play,
of.
real self-destruction going to take place. And fellas, that's how to be real logical and thinking like, if I act so, this shit going to happen. So let me just
Do the right thing.
do this, whatever. If I come home, something bothering me. I had an ex before. My dog died years ago. I talking to she about it as in
she just asked me about something about my dog. And I took her to I said, I cry, I go up with the dog, I cry. She said, Joel,
How long ago this happened to you?
a couple months. She was like,
What did you
she said,
like?
Joel, I never see her cry for nothing. I said, but what we talking about for me to cry for? If you ask about my grandfather, I tell how we had, I'll cry for that.
Right.
My mother alive. If I sit down here now and start thinking about if today tomorrow my mother dead, I go start to cry. It's not to say fellas, we have a rock inside of here, you know. We have feelings and we could cry for things, but if what we gonna come home and
Yeah, the cry for a particular topic.
what we gonna come home and cry every day about for it to be like
No,
you
but
don't express
You
them.
know what it is,
want
do now?
listen, eh?
They just make situations, imaginary situations, and
That's
cry
true.
for
I
the
have heard that
imaginary
before. I
situation.
have heard
Sue that woman.
I
Women-
have heard that before.
So we mad?
Very
Thank you, Father. Thank you for admitting.
I have seen hypothetical questions posed to someone,
boy. Yeah.
and I talking about strictly hypothetical, and people and the woman getting vexed, like mad, like it real, like it real. Like I was like, yo.
This is something I might.
I was like,
probably
no,
was thinking about doing.
they're not even you. They're not even you, friend. I was like, yo, this not even real. This.
Let me give you a situation
Give it.
with her ex-woman, right? She was doing her degree, so she asked me to read her paper and tell her how much she'll give me in her paper.
Oh boy.
I say, I'll give you 7 out of 10.
No, Jamaica is a sir, eh? I just want to.
Right? At that time, I'll give you 7 out of 10 for it. But Jen, this girl mad with me for the entire day, you know. I literally can't handle my see. We went through the entire day and she vexed with me, you know. Here's why she vexed with me, eh? Because, well, she was in college in the US at the time, so I was in the US, I was visiting her. Right? 7 out of 10 is 70%, which is a C. So she vexed because I would have given her a C in her paper. Woman mad.
But that is your
And
opinion.
you asked my opinion to read her paper for you. I read more.
And now she putting emotions into your grading, into what the she put.
I will ask something,
You
right?
expecting me to lie?
Yeah, I will ask something to the woman here, right? When you all ask a question, are you all open to the fact that there can be
A negative response.
Yeah. Are you all open to that at all? I am.
Is that another point for men?
I want to know.
Is that another point for men?
Another attribute to that is we
And
want
you're
you
gonna be
to be
eloquent
honest
in it,
and
right?
tell me the
Yeah,
truth.
tell me
Babe,
the truth.
a girl slide in my DMs. Who's that girl? I want to go and see she and see how she friends. And we don't be purple.
When we leave, eh?
We purple. I think I am, but now I ain't reach that level of
extremely
maturity.
honest. Take it to leave it.
Hey,
When I tell
You see what he said? You see you are rasta?
It's not like that. I just want to know if you have a girlfriend now. That's all.
Right now,
No, remember what they say is single people, you know.
right now I sing.
Men are devalued.
Yes.
First word that comes to mind when I say men and emotions, trapped.
That was me.
Yeah.
You willing to
When I
Because you feel sorry for man bad enough.
No, I do.
I see listening.
I don't.
You know.
I could talk now. When I
with a man on.
when I started this, no, listen. When I started this campaign, I thought about my daughter because I am training her to be the best that she could be. Like when she gets up in the morning, I'm like, who is smart? Unique. Who is intelligent? Unique. Who is pretty? Unique. And then it dawned on me that there might be a boy somewhere who doesn't have the values I'm trying to instill in my child. It's not instilled in him. And many times I have encountered men who I were not interested in and they didn't know how to deal with rejection. So I was called a hoe, a good for nothing, I feel like better than anybody. And then it dawned on me like, here we are building girls to be the best. And then we forget that boys turn into teenagers, who turn into adults, who become somebody's husband or somebody's father. And what do we give them to grow with? So I decided I'm going to do Men Voices Matter too. And the more I dig into this, the more I realize that women have created men to be what they are, and men have a way of reacting to the energy that is given to them from women. So when I say men are devalued, I think most times women think that man A is going to be the same as man B, C, D, E, F, G, and the alphabet continues. And
26.
No, like all kicks aside. And we have this idea in our head that all men are the same. And we don't take into consideration that humans bring different sectors of themselves to different people.
Yeah, we could bring our guys.
I think this is what women do to our men, and we devalue their essence, their potential,
based on the last man.
Not even that, based on the fact that you probably didn't grow up with your father, not using you as an example. Not growing up with your father, or your mother and father are divorced. And that's something we really need to take into consideration, because it's like you're telling a child you're stupid, you're dumb, you're whatever. What is that child going to grow up to know? You keep telling a man that you ain't good and you're weak and you do nothing for me. What are you asking that man to portray or to do for you? So I believe that society keeps devaluing our men, and we grow women to be independent women, and I don't need a man and I don't need this. But truth is, there are some things you can't do for yourself. There are conversations a woman can't have with her son, and it's not going to be as impactful compared to if a father has it with the son. And I think we need to take more cognizance onto how we see our men and what we want from them.
Yeah,
you had a guy around now.
Next card.
Oh, no, with a support. Hold on, let's do it. Men are angry.
Yeah. First thing that comes to mind when I say men and emotions, explosive or angry.
Yeah.
Men are strongly influenced by society to fit the macho stereotype.
And the friends.
Yes.
She forget the friends. Man, call like
Go
a
do-
friend band.
Go now, go.
Not all men do it.
Our women, listen.
Your turn.
She just sugar people. Yeah. She do that intentionally.
I want to say something else.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I would want to kind of go off of what Tamika was saying, because I have 2 children. So I had my daughter when I was 21. I was away at university. I got pregnant. I was in an abusive relationship for like 4 years. And I always think about my son, because my son is now 2. I always think I don't ever want a woman to talk about my son the way I speak about his father.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's also what got me so interested in the whole space of feminism. And I feel like I met a guy recently, and, well, he's just a friend. And he has kids too. No. It's not like that. It was actually a work-related thing. And one time I had...
I love she bad.
She or she?
But I remember my son was crying one time because I had to go pick up some documents for him, and he was like, "What you crying for? You have to be tough, you're a man." And that just literally drove me insane.
Yeah.
Turn you off, man.
Yeah.
But it was never a turn-on thing. It was just like a...
You tell them a child that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the narrative, and that's painted for young boys and men. And then that's where the whole toxic masculinity comes in, where men feel like they have to deal with their emotions in negative ways. And I just feel, that's why I also feel like men are just really angry.
Because I can have a conversation with a normal conversation, and it would end up with her shouting. For what reason? For no reason. Understand? And majority of the times, I deal with my daughter. Full 100. My daughter lives with me.
Is she aware of the reason why she's angry?
And she
doesn't.
She doesn't. Understand? She states certain reasons why she thinks she's angry, but she never. She's never had the courage to follow through and go and see a therapist and speak to the person and get help. And people think that when I get help is a form of weakness. Understand? But when it is you get help, you better understand your own self.
Yo, I talk to my therapist like, yo, what's up, girl?
Understand?
We definitely have a relationship. Go ahead, Rika.
First word that comes to mind when I say men and emotions. Joyful!
Yeah! You take so long to ride, I use an hour. You had that card.
You had two and all right.
Problem solvers.
What a guy, what a guy.
I know all of that card.
When you tell it to your love.
Oh, they want me to elaborate on those things? Alright,
self-explanatory.
Alright.
The first thing that comes to mind when I say men and emotions is emotionless. Men are logical thinkers. We have.
You right.
Is he right thing?
We have emotions, but when we follow emotions, it leads to hurt. So it's best to follow our mind rather than our heart.
Yeah, man.
Best to follow your mind. Watch man, T.I. once said, right? Don't ever let emotion overcome intelligence. Right?
So what do you teach?
Everything. I'm a generalist.
Yeah, what?
I'm a generalist. I teach everything.
Guys, this was amazing. I hope you all had fun.